Failure is not deadly. Giving up is. That is one of the most important lessons in life. I learned it, and many successful people learned it the same way, through struggle, pain, and persistence. You see, rejection and failure are not the end. They are just speed bumps on the road to success. A bump in the road may slow you down for a moment, but it does not stop you unless you stop yourself. So let me tell you a story, and let me answer a question that so many people ask all the time. A woman named Anna once asked me, how do I deal with failures? How can I keep my mind fresh and positive when I lose time or when I feel I wasted a day? Because when that happens, I doubt myself. I get sad, and I feel unproductive. That is a question many of us can relate to. Who here has felt the same way? You had plans, you had dreams, but then the day ended and you thought, I didn't do enough. I failed. I wasted time. It's painful, right? You beat yourself up. You feel like you're behind in life. You feel like maybe you'll never catch up. But here's the truth, the most successful people in the world are not the ones who never fail. In fact, they fail 10 times more than most people. The only difference is this, they don't call it failure. They call it learning. They call it practice. They call it progress. Think about it, if a child is learning how to walk and falls down, do you say the child failed? Of course not. You say the child is learning. Every fall is one step closer to walking. It's the same with you and me. Every rejection, every mistake, every so-called failure, it is training. It is practice for success. But here's the problem. Many people believe the illusion that success means everything should go smoothly. That if something is hard, maybe they are not meant to do it. That if they failed once, maybe it's not their destiny. No. Success is not smooth. Success is messy. Success is falling and rising, again and again. Success is trying one more time when everyone else gave up. I'll tell you honestly, in the early years of my career, I used to overestimate what I could achieve in 1 year. I'd write huge goals, and at the end of the year, I'd feel disappointed. But I underestimated what I could do in 10 years, or 20 years, or 30 years. Looking back now, I see how much more I accomplished than I ever imagined. So don't judge your life too quickly. Don't measure your entire future based on today's delay. A failure today does not mean a failed life. Now let's talk about time. Many people feel like Anna, they get sad when they think they wasted time. They think productivity means doing everything on a long to-do list. I used to do the same thing. I'd make a to-do list, a priorities, B priorities, C priorities. I'd spend hours trying to organize my list. But guess what? At the end of the day, I never finished the list. And I felt like a failure every single night. Can you relate? You try to do everything, but no matter what, you still feel behind. Then I discovered something powerful. Thinking itself is just asking and answering questions. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Most people ask, what do I need to do? That question keeps you stuck in tasks, stuck in stress. The better question is, what do I want? What's my outcome? What's the result I'm after? Because once you know your outcome, you know which tasks truly matter. Otherwise, you just react to life. You do what feels urgent, not what moves you forward. The power of RPM. I created a system I call RPM. Result, what do I really want? Purpose, why do I want it? Massive action plan, how will I get it? This simple system changed my life. Let's say you have a long list of calls to make. At first, it feels stressful. But if you ask, what is my real outcome? Maybe the outcome is not just making calls, it's supporting the people I care about, building trust, moving projects forward. Then you ask, why do I want this? Maybe because you love your business partners, or you want to serve your clients, or you want to create a better life for your family. That purpose gives you energy. Finally, you ask, how can I do this? And you realize maybe you don't need to call everyone one by one. You could set up a group call and handle 4 people at once. You could send a video message that reaches everyone in minutes. Suddenly, you feel less stressed and more empowered. That's the difference between living by a to-do list and living with clarity. My teacher used to say, reasons come first, answers come second. If you have strong enough reasons, you will always find a way. If you don't know why you're doing something, you'll quit the moment it gets hard. So when you set goals, don't just say, I want money or I want success. That's too vague. Be specific. Why do you want money? Is it to send your child to college? To buy your parents a home? To create freedom for yourself? When you have real reasons, emotional reasons, you'll keep going, no matter how many times you fall. Let me share a story my friend told me. He owned sports teams, built businesses, and achieved incredible success. When I asked him where his persistence came from, he told me about something that happened when he was just a boy. He said that when he was about 8 years old, he had a neighbor who was handicapped. The boy's father wanted to teach him how to ride a bike. But instead of holding him gently, the father pushed the boy hard, and the boy fell. He cried, but the father walked away. This happened every day for 3 weeks. Every day the boy fell. Every day he cried. And him, as a young kid, thought the father was cruel. He thought, how can a father be so cold? But then one day, something changed. The boy wobbled, but instead of falling, he found his balance. He kept pedaling. He turned the corner. He was riding on his own. And when he looked up, he saw his father watching from the window, cheering, crying, clapping for him. The father loved his son. His love was tough love. He wanted his son to grow strong by struggling. That day, he learned something he never forgot: failure is not deadly. Giving up is. Years later, he became the youngest chairman of Columbia Pictures. Everyone doubted him. His first film as chairman was a disaster. No applause, only silence. People whispered that he would fail. But he remembered the boy on the bike. He remembered that failing was not the end. He stood up in front of his critics and said, "Yes, I am scared. But I will not give up. We will make great films. Failure will not stop me." And guess what? His critics became his allies. His studio became #1. That is the power of persistence. Failure is not when you try and fall. Failure is when you decide not to rise again. If you keep going, then every mistake becomes a lesson, every rejection becomes training, and every fall becomes a step closer to success. I have failed more times than I can count. But I never gave up. That is the only difference. I am not the smartest. I am not the luckiest. I am just the most persistent. And you can be the same. So remember, failure is just feedback. Rejection is just redirection. Pain is the price of growth. And giving up is the only true defeat. Don't let today's setback become tomorrow's excuse. Use it as fuel. Learn from it. Rise again. Because failure is not deadly. Giving up is.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.